Okay. We're back. As I promised, we're on a Sunday stream. But it's not going to be a long Sunday stream like usual because take it a second to load. I don't know how quickly it loads once I hit stream. Anyway, we're back with a Sunday stream. It's not going to be a long stream again because now I have to get up early Monday mornings. So we're not going to do that to ourselves. I had a long weekend. It's been crazy. So I am tired. The past 2 days I've taken some pretty hefty naps. And that's mostly because I was out in the sun. I don't know if you guys could see all around my neck here. Absolutely toasted and burnt. I was actually covered. I was wearing long sleeves for the course that I was taking because it was required, and really neglected to have a tighter collar on my shirt, and I got roasted here. There's a little bit on my face. You can't tell really because I'm wearing glasses, I don't think, but yeah, I was just absolutely roasted. I was roasted. I feel like I don't show this anymore, but we're gonna put that up there. I was gonna put that up there. Whew, that looks better than I remember. Wow, alright. Also, we're going to put our warm up for the day is we're gonna put a box over Smug Mug. No offense, Smug Mug. I have no use for you for the time being because I can't figure out how to use you effectively for me. I know there's shapes down here. I know a square. No. Really all I wanted to do was cover it up, but if we're going to be this difficult, I'm just going to get rid of it. That's the problem. I don't want an ellipse. I want a square. I want a rectangle. Can we not be like this? I don't. Okay. Get that out of the way. Alright, well. I didn't want to be difficult, but now it wants to be difficult, so. What a beautiful warm-up. Anyway. I have actually put some of my photography on Redbubble. That's why I got rid of Smug Mug, because I figured it out on another platform. I was like, this just makes more sense over here for the time being. And don't tell Redbubble this, but I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to sell myself down I'm not going to exploit myself. Or my ideas at this point in time. Instantly just shut myself up. Yeah. So, anyway. Ooh, jeez. Anyway. What is that? Is that green in there? What am I looking at right now? Oh, man, I lost it. No, it's right here. I was going to say, I visually lost it. No, that's right. It pixelates to... It pixelates a lot. I forgot about that. Do I load it back in anyway? Easy fix. Still not as bad as what I did that one time where I accidentally saved whatever I was working on as one layer. And it messed me all up entirely. Sorry. Yeah, I'm slowly gonna add stuff to Redbubble then, I guess. I like I said, I added a few test prints and stuff. So we're gonna see we're going to see how well that works on there. And I haven't even gotten around to, maybe we'll do that this stream. I just say we're going to do that this stream as I'm doing something else entirely. Yeah, we're going to do that this stream. If I get tired of this, we'll do it this stream, but I kind of missed my bee illustration. This is supposed to, I could already tell I've had too much caffeine because this is already too high strung for me. Like, I already feel way too high strung. Anyway, it's supposed to be very relaxing and coloring this thing in. That's right. I didn't do this yet with this one because I had the reference photo underneath it for a while. Jeez, did I shut the back door? Are there already people acting wild outside? I don't think I shut that. That's a mistake. I don't think I shut the back door. Gonna hear a whole bunch of wild stuff. You know, in my class today, we were talking about, like, people coming from different places. And, we agreed that, like, in the area we were taking the class, which is, you know, like, down the road from me, that it's very calm and quiet, but people are nosy. Man, people are nosy around here. So, like, yeah, it's a great area, but, you know, people are nosy. So I'm gonna get rid of this because I never finished blocking out these colors. Yeah, that's right. I was using this last time. I got really excited using this last time. So anyway, I had a great time because one of my instructors was actually, or is actually, like, yep. Brain dead there for a minute. He is, like a YouTuber. And he's like, oh man, this is so nice. This is so nice. Yeah, so really, really great people. We're not going to discuss what class I took, but we're just going to tell you it was a great class. And the one guy was partially famous. In my, what I consider to be famous. But yeah, pretty cool people. I met a lot of other cool people during the weekend too, the people who took the class with me, so that was really cool. I did get home earlier than I thought last night, so I was gonna stream. And then I was like, nah. I was really tired. Like I said, I was out in the sun all weekend. Luckily today was a little more cloudy, but you can still get sunburn in the clouds, like when it's cloudy. So, to be forewarned. Like, I don't know how high the UV ray count was or whatever, but after getting burnt to a crisp, like on my neck, and it hurts because it's like in the crack of my neck. I was not chancing anything today. So I wore like a button up. I wore a button up and I was sweating it up. I mean, we had to wear long sleeves. That was like requirements, but I wore like an extra high collar to protect my current sunburn. I didn't think I was going to get that sunburn, honestly. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I thought I had my neck really covered, and I didn't. And I also didn't bring sunscreen, in all honesty, because I didn't think I would need it. To be fair, I'm the person that forgets sunscreen all the time, though, so that checked out. And I just dealt with it later. So I've been putting after sun on it. So like aloe or whatever. And that helps. That makes a big difference. Oh man, I forgot I could put the footrest out on this chair. My fancy, not expensive, nice Amazon chair is worth its weight in gold these days. Okay, but now I just need to get a little closer. There we go. Okay. Alright, beautiful. Now we comfy. Now we comfy for all sorts of activities, primarily drawing. Anyway, I was thinking it would be really cool to take a Photoshop class and edit, like do some really cool stuff with my photographs. So I'm definitely going to look into that, because that would be really cool. Now that I'm on this whole furthering my education thing. So this is just going to be a chill stream. I've been so busy, like I haven't like had much to do anything else, so I tried to take it easy this weekend. Tried to take it easy. If I didn't want to do something, I didn't push myself to do it. Like I said about like possibly streaming yesterday, I was like, oh man, that would be fun. But I probably wouldn't have streamed tonight. In saying that, I'm realizing I'm horrible at announcing when I'm streaming anyway, so I was like, ah man, I forgot to put this on the Discord that I painstakingly made for you guys to know when I was streaming. Bad streamer. Jeez. I haven't even been drawing for that long. It been like 5 minutes? And I could already feel like my tablet is heating up. It's not happy. It is an I had to pause and think for a minute. I had to pause. Welcome, Possum. I had to pause. It is an extra warm day. Yeah, but it's been hotter here, and it's hasn't overheated. The smoke doesn't help. Excuse me. The smoke doesn't help. Possum, don't think I didn't notice the channel switch there. Don't think I didn't notice that. And hello, welcome. Hi. Oh man. Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm getting that down here though, but I will believe you. Well, no, cuz where was there fires that we were getting smoke on the East Coast a couple months ago, I think. Is that Hawaii or something? I don't know why I'm thinking Hawaii, but yeah. There are a lot of wildfires up there right now. That sucks. It's it's really dry. It's really dry. It's been like a really dry summer sometimes over here. I mean, I think the only humidity we get over here on the east coast of the US is from the um ocean, the water. Oh. Oh no. I don't like that. That sucks. Yeah, we had the actually that might have been last summer. I don't know what year we're in over here. Yeah, but last yeah, it had to have been last summer where all that smoke came through from wildfires, and I don't remember where they were from, to be honest. I have such a bad memory, but they came through and there was so much like smog in the air. The air quality was absolute garbage. And a lot of people were wearing masks outside. Not that it helped much, but I guess to avoid getting it directly in their lungs, I guess. I guess. Um, but yeah, it was bad here around that time. They were telling people not to go outside. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, was it from up there? Oh, jeez. So we're gonna get hit bad down here on the East Coast. That's nice. That's awful. I can't imagine living like right next to them. Like I can't imagine like being like um I used to have really bad asthma. Um Thankfully it's not so bad anymore, but like I can't imagine like living there and like having to deal with that. It's absolutely horrible. I mean, they've had a couple of wildfires in my state recently, just some random ones. But we've also had a lot of sinkholes here too. Um, so yeah, it has not been pretty. Like I was just talking to somebody the other day, and we were discussing about how like this has been one of the worst summers. It was like a horrible winter, and it was an even worse summer so far, like just weather wise. It was absolutely horrible because I was telling him like how miserable I am usually in the winter. I wasn't miserable 2 winters ago. Either the winter wasn't that bad, or like I was just so distracted with everything going on in my life that I just didn't notice how like miserable the weather was 2 winters ago. But last winter was absolutely horrible. I could not stand myself all. And to be fair, I had way more going on last winter, but It was so bad. See, that's scary stuff. I've had nightmares about that, like world-ending stuff like that before. That's spooky. See, I hadn't heard about him until you said something, so that's because I don't watch the news anymore. Because it really makes you quite miserable. So I try to avoid it. So I mean, I just hear all my information from secondhand from people. Which isn't, I mean, it's still sad, but it's not quite as bad as watching it directly on the news, because the news makes everything way worse. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like some areas right now are so dry. That's like why they were so bad in California apparently, because California was so dry. Like they sucked up everything. And there's really like no stopping it, because if you've seen I used to um I'm kind of a strange person. I like watching first responder TV shows and stuff like that, and I watched a lot of like firefighters, specifically I think it was like the California firefighters or something like that. And if you see how they have to like put out a fire like that, it's no wonder that stuff just absolutely spreads like crazy, because they have to like go around and make a perimeter and kill off all the stuff and start fires to stop the big fires. And that's wild to me. um so yeah, I mean, yeah, especially if you're in a pretty deserted place and there's not a lot of um people able to come and help stop that. Like that's just gonna take off. Like that's gonna be absolutely unstoppable, which is pretty scary. I mean, people were making fun of me because we had one across the state, um and I'm in one of those skinny states, but we had one across the state. And I was like, oh no, the fire's gonna come and get us. And they're like, ha 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 ha. And I was like, no, like seriously, like it takes no time for them to just like completely up and gust over this way, and then you're just done for. Like, yeah, it's pretty pessimistic of me, but like, I'd actually considered going to fire academy and being a firefighter once. I considered a lot of stuff, but yes, yeah, I had commented about that at the beginning of the stream. I had a course outside today. I took a class outside today or over the weekend, and like we were supposed to wear long sleeves, but I guess the collar of my shirt was like too wide, and I like got burnt all over my neck and stuff. It's horrible. I'm burnt a little bit on my face, but not as bad as my neck. But I thought I was covered enough to not have to need sunscreen, so I didn't worry about it, and I was not. I was not covered enough. It hurts. I had to like change shirts because I had like a tank top on and it was still rubbing against it, and I was like, ow. Ow. I'm putting some aloe on it, but it hurts. It hurts, man. I got burnt, and then today I wore like a collared shirt or a button-up shirt to like protect it, and I didn't get burnt today. So I got lucky, but it was also pretty cloudy today. Yeah. Yeah. I was waiting to get burnt today just because I feel like just because it's cloudy out doesn't mean it's not the UV rays aren't still pretty high. So I was waiting for the sun behind the clouds to completely roast me. So, but yeah. Jeez. I I can't imagine how you do that, because I had some guy in my class who is also like he's a lineman, I think. And he's like, it's ridiculous, like being out in the sun like that all day. I can't imagine that. And then doing hard physical labor, because I did it. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was my last job. I was out in the sun in all kinds of weather all day driving around, but at least I had like a roof over my head, kind of. So like I didn't have to worry about getting burnt too badly. But like some of you guys are just like out in the direct sunlight getting roasted. But yeah, this class was out in the direct sun. It was like no thanks. But I was very grateful that at least I wasn't, it was kind of physically demanding, but at least I wasn't working in it. Oh, hello-y. I haven't seen you in a long time. It's going good. We're talking about sunburn. I finally got sunburnt this evening. Or this weekend. Yeah. But at least like up here, now that it's burnt, it'll tan nicely. But I probably won't burn again up in this area, but same time. Oh, no. No. Well, I'm glad you're back, but I'm sorry you were sick. That sucks. Don't mind my phone if you can hear it. It's my health insurance. It's it's like they knew I was up to something. I was just saying the other day, I haven't been sick in a while, so I'm probably due to be sick again. I feel like I get sick good once a year. And then maybe I'll have a sinus infection the other half of the year, but I've been good so far. I'm impressed. Because I was a very sickly child, so as healthy as I am now, like, I never know. So it's like this weekend being out in the sun. Even though I was staying hydrated, and I was only a little burnt, I was so exhausted. I had to sleep yesterday. I got home early. I thought I was gonna, I was like, man, maybe I could stream or something. No. I was like, let's not push it. And tonight, too, because I was like, well, maybe I'll stream yesterday night and then take tonight off instead. Because I haven't been sticking with my schedule anymore. I had a schedule for 2 weeks, and that was it. And then I've just been so crazy busy with life. Because there's fireworks going on again this week in town next door to mine. I was going to go see them, but I was like, nah. I'm not convinced I'll be able to get over there and find parking anywhere, to be completely honest. So it would have been cool to go and see festivities in the other town, but it's like it's slightly bigger city than mine. So I was like, nah. Whole lot of meh. There's a whole lot of meh going on there. This is going to be a very interesting drawing because I got like 50 million shades of green in here, and I got like 5 million shades of purple over in here. Because I didn't make myself a color scale. Shame. Bad streamer. It's very tempting. There's my bucket. Nice. It's not what I wanted to do at all. Ooh, and that color, that, ew. Jeez Louise. Doesn't always work, but did I like that better? Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes things more one color. Whole lot of yeah, we were just talking about that. It's like, it's been pretty hot here. You know, twice in a row, I looked at the weather forecast last week for this coming week, and all like, for like 10 days ahead, it was supposed to be nothing but rain and storms and heat. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? That's like hurricane weather. I mean, we are slowly coming into hurricane season over in my area, but I was like, that's straight up hurricane weather, and it looked horrible, and I was like so depressed, like looking at the weather forecast. I was like, I'm not going to be able to survive. I think it's rained like maybe an hour out of this whole week from what the weather forecast said, and that's ridiculous. But I looked at it again today, and we're getting all that rain this week, supposedly. It's horrible. Yeah. I guess that's because we're getting all your rain right now, or we're planning to get all your rain. It's moved down here on the east coast of the U.S., which is just absolutely wild. I'm glad you guys got some sun up there, though. That's nice. The weather has been just so strange, though. I got like I got this down here. I don't know what this is. That could probably stay that way. But like, I got 2 clusters of like green tones. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, well, I would say same here with the tornado thing, but like we've had reports of tornadoes in the state next to mine, like right over the bridge from me. So I was like freaking out, but like right where I live specifically, yeah, we don't usually get tornadoes. We get a lot of warnings. Usually no watches. But like I said, there was one just over maybe like less than 20 minutes from my house recently. Yes. No, I tried to dodge the sun too. But now that I've burnt once, I probably won't burn again. At least not around my neck, so not so worried about the sun anymore. But yeah, weather's been wild this year. I don't know what's going on with the weather. It's going to be roasting right into like November where I am. I'm waiting for it. And it's going to like, I know our crop season here, and we're like a big crop state. Everyone's crops died because of the sun, like the horrible weather patterns. Yes, no, I don't like sunscreen either. I didn't put any sunscreen on my neck over the weekend. I didn't think I would need it. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't know why, I just don't like it. Don't like it. Maybe it's because I don't like being covered and more. I'm already hot and sweaty. I don't want to be hot, sweaty, and sticky. Ew. But yeah, no, I don't blame you there. Yeah, I don't use it either. I'm bad like that. But like I said, I'm the type of person, once I burn once, I don't burn again, so. That year anyway, so. That season. Yeah. I don't, yeah, it makes me feel gross and sticky. And then even if I do put it on, I usually only put it on like my arms, and I end up burning everywhere else anyway. So, like, I never put it on my face, and like this time I got a little burnt. I should have been wearing my sun visor though, and I was not. I was only wearing sunglasses. Like, I should have put my like shield down in front of my face, my sun shield. But whatever. At least I drank a lot of water. I will say, I think that saved me. I drank a lot more than I usually would. And I'm not a big water drinker either. I'm horrible. Just I'm horrible. I don't drink water. I don't put sunscreen on. Absolutely horrible. So I was like I'm very proud of myself that I actually or actually drank all that water. Because I think that would have made my sunburn a whole lot worse. Because normally when I get really burnt, I just, like, the heat takes me out. Like, the fact that I'm burnt everywhere, it hurts. And so, it makes me really tired. I'm sure that happens to a lot of people when they get sunburned. It just, like, it takes them out. Like, they just feel exhausted. Especially if you get burnt enough. Like, your body forces itself to shut down in order to heal, like when you get burnt that badly. So that's why, like, I slept a lot yesterday when I got home, and then today when I got home, I took like some serious power naps. I mean, I was also up early in the morning, but like, I was like, if that's what my body wants in order to fix itself, then that's what I'm gonna let it have, is sleep. I haven't taken a nap in a long time. So it was nice. Napping was nice. Naps help me sleep better. I'm a strange, complicated human being, but and the heat, it's been so hard to sleep. I don't do AC. I was raised off of fans, box fans my whole life, so I don't do AC. AC's too it's too cold for me. Too much of a drastic temperature change. Now I like my fan. Like, I don't like to be roasting. Like, I need to be able to sleep at night. Can't believe we're already like in the middle of July too, or almost the middle of July. Like that's crazy. Oh man, and see that's like, yeah, but like people run AC way too cold around here. That's the thing. They'll put that thing on 60. I can't do that. I can't do that. It can't be. I'm very finicky about my room temperature. It can't be below 69. Absolutely not. It needs to be room temp or nothing at all. But yeah, I highly. That's the thing. Like a lot of people with allergies and stuff will get ACs to do that, to pull the humidity out of the air. And it was recommended to me because I had asthma for so long as a kid to get an AC for that. Just to take the humidity out. But my parents always had like the dehumidifier running, especially in our basement when I was growing up, and that pulls a lot of water. That pulls a couple of gallons of water out of the air a day. Like that's just crazy. But yeah, that's why they had those specifically in the basement. But we never had AC to do that. It was dehumidifiers. Which is interesting because I never even considered AC being able to do that. That's how like that's how much like my parents absolutely, and my parents didn't like AC either. They're like, "No, it's a waste of electricity." Yeah. Yeah. And like you could tell the difference in the air too. Like that's pretty cool. The fact that you can just like tell it's not humid anymore. But we have a big molding problem here on like the East Coast, and that's why it's so humid over here. Is it really? It's sad that I don't know that, but yeah, no. I mean, definitely makes sense. And like I said, considering they had like such a big mold problem. I mean, it wasn't super bad because of the dehumidifiers, but like that's why we needed them. Because there was such a big mold problem over here. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know why my parents always like considered them like the spawn of absolute Satan. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it was I have older parents, but like it was because they grew up without it, so therefore I kind of had to grow up without it. Cuz I mentioned to somebody once like, "Man, I don't have AC." And they're like, "Wow, you're crazy." I was like one of the only kids in my class that like didn't have AC. So I'd walk into these places with AC and absolutely lose it because it would just be too cold for me. I just couldn't do it. And I know you can set the AC to be like a room temp and like you say, I guess just pull the humidity out of the air, but, or at least keep it a consistent temperature in the house, but nah. My landlord offered me, an AC unit. And it's been 2 years now and I tell him no every summer. Because I don't know why I would just rather run a fan than an AC. But I had talked about getting a dehumidifier. I don't know why. I thought I'd get one of those cute little desktop ones. But my pet spider likes the humidity, so I guess I'll just stay humid in here. My poor spider who's hiding from me right now and molting. Probably because it's so hot. She got really excited. I put her by the window to get some fresh air. Not in the direct sun. She's a regal jumping spider. She's a little baby. She's not very big. She's doing her molting thing now, so she'll probably get a little bigger. But she's about the size of my thumbnail, which isn't super big, but yeah. They're the ones people typically have as pets. The popular ones, I should say, now that people have as pets. Oh, a huge jumper. Mine's a young adult. I've had her about 2 months. May, June, July. Yeah, about 2 months. Oh, so that's why she's bolting right now. Okay. Sorry, I just did a bunch of math in my head, and I was like, this makes sense. I honestly didn't think I could do spiders. Because I don't like feeding animals to other animals. I mean, even insects to other animals. Or to other insects or whatever. I just wasn't a big fan about it for some reason. But like, man, they're so cute. When I used to deliver mail. Now we're going way back. A couple of months ago, when I used to deliver mail. I would find him in the mailboxes all the time. And mine's actually not from a mailbox. Mine was actually bred in captivity. And I spent way too much money on it for a spider that I could have found in somebody's mailbox, I guess. But I just thought they were so cute. Yes, that's a thing. Like, yeah, I used to have a big thing with insects. I don't anymore. They're pretty chill. I'm the person that throws all of them outside. I don't like squishing any of them, so it's like, you know what? Why not? But yeah, they're the cutest things. They're smart. Like, they sit there and they look at you and they're watching what you're doing. I feel so bad because I'm so boring, I guess, because when I first got her, I a week or so later, I went on a trip, like a vacation trip, and I looped around the US or whatever for a little bit, for like, what was that, like a week, 10 days, something like that. Anyway, I left her with my parents, and I said to my mother, I was like, just mist it every day, like mist its enclosure every day. That's all you have to do. I'll feed it when I get back, because they only eat, like, some of them only eat like once a week, and small insects and stuff like that. So like, I had left her with my parents. I was like, yeah, don't let my cat eat it or whatever that I had left with my parents when I moved out. That's another story entirely. But I was like, don't let any of the cats eat it. Don't let the dog eat it. Just keep it in its enclosure. Mist it every day. That's all you have to do. It probably won't come out and say hi to you at all, actually. And it was so happy to be with my parents. It was like, my mom's like, yeah, it's out of its little hidey house today, and it's just like watching me, and it wants to know what I'm doing. And I was like, man, it's like, whenever it's home with me, it just like looks at me funny every once in a while and then hides from me. It just, it doesn't, I don't entertain it enough, I guess. I just don't know. And I feel so bad. I was like, okay, another animal I'm going to have to give to my parents, because it doesn't like me, I guess, as much. I don't know if it's because I'm usually quiet. I feel like it's because I'm usually pretty quiet. I don't know. I feel bad for the thing. It's always hiding from me. We can't even watch TV together. Doesn't even want to watch TV with me. But yeah, it's really cute. I feel bad because it's lonely, but I guess you're not supposed to put him in with other spiders, so... Kind of want to get it at least one friend, but... Another friend in another cage next to it, I guess? I don't know. I just feel so bad for it. I mean, I talk to it sometimes. Say, hi, how you doing? Planning on taking a nap today or something? That's not what I wanted. We'll get... Yeah, that's okay. They're cool. They're great pets to have. If you don't mind feeding insects to other insects, arachnids, whatever you want to call them, they're pretty cool pets to have. Easy to take care of. Apparently they live about 1 to 2 years. They don't eat a lot. Cheapest pet I've ever owned. Probably one of the cutest. Yeah. That's why I was looking up. I was like, you know what? It would probably be good to have another living soul around here in my apartment all by myself. Besides my plants. So like, at the time, I was like, I'm going to get a spider. I did a lot of research. Yeah, I used to have pet rats a long time ago when I was younger. And because I had gotten rats, I had started with mice, and then I had gotten pet rats. I mean, they're awfully cute. I mean, the poor things get cancer like nobody's business, but, yeah, even rats. Like, I put a lot of money into having pet rats. At the most, I had like 4. I think I had 2 females and 2 males. And I had like one of those big enclosures for them, and they just, geez. Yeah, even they still need a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think I literally, because I've done a lot of research on this, I want to say spiders are probably the best in terms of like cost efficient. Even fish, you need a lot of stuff for fish. Like, you need a filter, you need a tank, you need to do high maintenance every week to clean out the tank, and yada yada yada. Even like a betta fish, it was horrible. Yes, that's pretty much what happened to most of mine. I think they all ended up with some form of cancer, or I should say tumor of some. I think a lot of them were like fatty tumors, but like still, even then. And the thing about rats is first of all, they only live so long to begin with, but then to put them under anesthesia and put them through surgery, like, that's so traumatic for the poor thing. I think I did that to one of mine, and then I was like, I won't do it again. Like, if they're poor things are gonna get cancer, they're gonna get tumors. Or if they're gonna get tumors, they're gonna get tumors. I tried to change their diet after that because somebody told me maybe that would help. But, no. Yeah. I loved my rats, but they were just... And that gets hard to watch. Like, if you have, like... that's kind of why I put off having pets for a while after that, because it was so hard to watch. Like, I mean, I would have them for a year, because I got rescues. I didn't get them for breeders either. I got rescues, and even they were just, I mean, they were really cute. One was missing an eye, one was missing a toe. Like, they were really great pets, but man, even they ended up with tumors, and it was just, yeah. So it got really tiring. It, like, I hate to say seeing things die all the time, but yeah, seeing things die all the time was really rough. So it's like, I'm not entirely interested in having pets anymore. I think I can handle poor Marmalade, which would be my spider. That's why I named my spider. I think I can handle poor Marmalade passing on me, but I don't know if I could handle like another cat or a dog or anything. Yeah, rats. I had the first one I had was a massive male rat. The thing was like the size of I was pretty sure he was born in New York City or something. The thing was freaking huge. I had him, and then I think I had 4 after him. And after that, 4 or 5. Did I have 3? Yeah, anyway, I think I had 5 at least. At least 5. I had 2 mice, 5 rats. My parents had a lot of pets. We had a couple of cats. And a dog. But yeah. I mean, they're like little puppies. Like, people used to freak out when I told them I had pet rats, but they're like little puppies. They're very sweet. The first one I had was nasty. The monstrosity of a radioactive rat is what he was. I went to go and feed him once, and he bit me, and I still have scars on my hands from him. Like, and that was like years ago. And it was it was fun, and that was the first rat I had, so I thought I would stop after having that rat. Jeez, he bit me, and like it was like I thought it was gonna turn into a radioactive superhero or something, because I just started like spurting blood everywhere. Yeah, it was great. Anyway, I think that rat was a little messed up in the head. I don't think he realized what was going on around him at all on any given day. Like, I guess I really should have been worried about like rabies, but yeah, on my and I got bit on my I have to actually look. My index finger, on this finger, like right at the top. You can't even see that, but like yeah. And he hit bone, and yeah, it did not stop bleeding. It did not stop bleeding whatsoever. It was like one of those things out of like a horror movie where it just starts like spurting. Like, that's pretty much what it did. I was like, oh my god. Needless to say, I was told rats were sweethearts, and, you know, needless to say, I did not hold or pet that rat ever again. Ever again. The ones I had after were a lot better. They were a lot nicer. Especially the females. The females were really sweet. The males were probably the sweetest, though. They were great. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that's what happened to my first one. Yeah. 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 Anyway. They just, yeah. Well, and then I was worried about, because at that point in time, I wasn't in, like, the medical field. or the animal medical field. So I was like, I might die of rabies or something. It's possible. Well, I say it's possible. Apparently, you can get like rat. They literally call it rat bite fever from being bit. It's just a nice infection. But yeah, after that, I was done. I was done with that one. I was like, he's on my no-go list. But that was a lot of upkeep. That was a lot of upkeep. I mean, I would have to take like a whole or a half a Sunday to like clean out their cage and get all their stuff ready. And like I wasn't the greatest at handling them, which was part of the problem. So like I didn't handle them too often, and I think, you know, I mean they were friendly and everything, but I was also allergic. Yes, that was the problem. I ended up being so like mildly allergic to like the smell of urine. It was just horrible. Like that's the thing. So like I had to clean them out every few days. Like I actually tried to get mine litter box trained. And some of them did it for a while, and then that just became such a pain. I was like, yeah, that's not worth it. But yeah, and that's part of the reason I stopped owning them as pets. It's because like my sinuses were so bad, and I had them in my bedroom. There's really no other like good place to have them in the house. So they were in my bedroom. So I had to smell them while I was sleeping. So I tried to keep them clean the best I can, but like, yeah, they're just, especially the males. Like the males are just gonna emit a funky odor. Yeah, exactly. That's the males. The males especially are just like absolutely horrible at that. I mean, I flat out gave up, and I was like, you know what, whatever. And I was using like a lot of fleece bedding. So like it was reusable and stuff like that. I would take a whole load of wash just to wash their bedding. And like I had like all the covers for the cages and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, it was rough. I didn't realize going in. Well, I did a lot of research before I got them. But it just did it. I was like, yeah, I'm fine with this amount of work for this type of pet or whatever. I did not realize it was going to be that rough when I got them. I was like, this is rough. Yeah. And I was just like, then I felt like I was constantly doing laundry. And then sometimes they would like rip up the bedding, and then they would just go all over the cage anyway. And then so I would have to like wash it out. It was so bad. 90s Justin Timberlake? Oh man, with ramen hair, I like Justin Timberlake. I'm a big Timberlake fan. I'm gonna have to go and watch that. Wait, did you record that one? Tell me you recorded that one. Don't try to tease me with Justin Timberlake and then tell me you didn't record that one. That's good enough. that's close enough. I want to see Justin Timberlake. In all honesty, for some reason, people doing line art is okay, but like I really like people coloring. I love watching people how they color and stuff, honestly. On the recording phone. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I was gonna ask that question. Do you have two phones to do that? My mom is a big reseller of literally junk. I hate to break it to her, but um she has one phone now. She got a new phone just for listing stuff on Etsy. So I was just like, I mean, using it as like a recording phone or using it for like your job or like one for your job and one for your personal use makes sense. But my mother getting one just for the sake of recording stuff or listing stuff on Etsy, it literally does not make sense, but that's okay. Especially when I had to fight with her for a decade to give me a phone. Yeah. I I have a I have an iPhone 6. I have an iPhone 6. My mother has a Galaxy. She still have the 7. She still have the 7. I don't know. I'm kind of mad now because I'm gonna need a new phone because I've had this one for a couple years, um, but I don't want like a super new one. I don't want to pay the money for a super new phone. I really only use it to text. If I take good photographs, it's with my DSLR camera, so there's really no use for me to have an expensive phone or a newer phone. But yeah, I don't know. That's Android, right? You're talking about Android. Wait, no. S7 could be S7 could be iPhone. Apple. Oh, yeah. Huh. That happened to me. I still have my iPod from when I was like a kid. And you just can't get some of those apps anymore. I I am not a big Android fan, to be completely honest. I'm more of an iPhone fan. I'm an Apple fan. I don't know why. I had an Android once. It was one of the really, really old. Well, I think I had two Androids. One of the really old. I had one with the I had one with a keyboard. You would like slide it up on the side. I think that was an Android. And then I had another one that was pretty decent. I don't remember what that one was called, but that one was old. And they were okay. They were okay. But after that one, I think I switched to iPhone, or I switched to Apple. And for some reason, I just like Apple. I don't know why. But I was thinking today, like, if I knew all my programs and apps on my current desktop would switch over to an Apple, I would consider getting an Apple or an iMac or whatever. Because that's supposedly what all the big artists use. They recommend Mac. Recommend Mac over Windows or whatever. To be fair, I did use Macs in my computer class, my computer design class when I was in college, so they were pretty nice, but I've heard one too many people complain about Androids. I think that's my problem. Maybe not necessarily Samsung specifically, but Androids or whatever. I guess that might be Samsung, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, is Procreate on iMac? Man, now I really have to consider that. I love Procreate. I use it on my yeah, I'm an idiot. That would make sense because I use it on my tablet. I use it on my iPad. So that would make sense as to why that would be an iMac thing too. But yeah. That's a nice app. I like it. I'm a big Procreate fan. Although I don't know, I've been liking Clip Studio. Clip Studio is nice. Procreate, that app. That app, man. That was one of my first drawing apps that I got long time ago when that first came out. I remember when that first came out, they wouldn't, you would have to like buy, I don't know if it's still the same thing because I think I bought it since then, but you would have to, if you wanted to use more than one layer, you would have to buy the app. Like you would have to buy a license or something, whatever it was at the time. And that absolutely infuriated me because I'm a person who usually likes a lot of layers. I mean, don't look at this drawing. Like, look at another drawing that has 25 million layers of mine. Or one of my drawings that has 25 million layers. So that, like, infuriated me. And I think I went somewhere else before I came back to Procreate. And I was like, man, there's nothing like Procreate. I'm very picky about my drawing programs. Very picky. I don't entirely know why, it just is. Since I've been drawing on here, I don't draw on there a lot, but jeez, am I really doing this whole thing? Oh, I'm gonna slowly render. Yeah, so join me in 3 weeks when I finish this one. Oh, GIMP. Oh, I miss GIMP. I used to use that I was like trained in photo editing on Photoshop, like one of the older Photoshops. But I couldn't afford Photoshop, but I still can't. So, I mean, I got Lightroom, and that's about it. That's what I use now, but it's not entirely the same thing. But yeah, GIMP is what I used. I think in high school did we use GIMP? I don't know. I found that somewhere, but I got lucky one day and I found that somewhere. But yeah, that's a nice app too. I did a lot of editing on that app back in my day. Oh, I haven't looked at that app in so long, I couldn't even tell you. I could not even tell you. It's probably updated so far past what I was used to at this point, too, that it's just... Yeah, I don't like that either. I mean, I think is it OBS or Stream Elements? Something has been bothering me since I got it to update it, and I just keep skipping it. I was like, yeah, remind me later to update that. Well, it's like, okay, I'm gonna act like I'm old here for a minute. Back in my day, when it went from Windows 8 to Windows 10, I think it was, I think they skipped Windows 9 or some ridiculous nonsense. When it updated from Windows 8 to Windows 10, a lot of computers, yeah, OBS is a pain. I think it is OBS. I think it's also Stream Elements too, though, but yeah, OBS is a pain. When it went from like Windows 8 to Windows 10, like the office I was working at, our program or our software ran really well off of Windows 8. So we refused to update Windows 8 until I think it was like last year. So it's been a while, but when people were starting to and I think did I have my own computer at that point? Or was I still using my parents' computer? Man, now I have to look this up. I want to know how old. When did 10? It was 10. I'll tell you if I still had 2015. Okay, so that was right at the time I was getting my first desktop. And I had pre-built my desktop, or built myself a desktop. So I think I started with 8 on Windows 8 on that computer. Anyway, when people started first going over to Windows 10, at least around where I lived, like it was crashing a lot of things. And people were like, no, we have to unupdate the computer. Like, we have to, like, unupdate everything and, like, revert back to Windows 8. Because nothing was working right when it went over to Windows 10. And it was just horrible. Like, it was absolutely horrible. Like, a lot of my apps, like, crashed. A lot of my stuff, like, just wouldn't work. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And I was like, I'm not converting to Windows 10 then. Sorry. Like... all these people are reporting having such big problems with Windows 10. I'm not doing it. So I stayed on Windows 8 for a while until they fixed it, I think. And I don't... am I on 11 now? Are we on 11? Windows 11? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trusting that they have worked out all the kinks in their problems these days. And I go with the updates now. I don't fight it anymore. I was like, you know what? We're just going to hope that you can't possibly mess it up as badly as you did before. And as long as things still run, because like I lost like a lot of programs and stuff I was using or something. to like Windows 10 and nothing wanted to work, but I couldn't download anything else because you need to update to Windows 10. It's not going to let you use anything anymore unless you update. It sucked. Yes. 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 Exactly. Things just worked so much better on the old operating systems that it's just I didn't want to update any of my stuff. I think I don't know. Am I going to have to figure out whether I'm on 11? I think I'm on 11. I think this computer's on 11. I don't know. You could probably tell by the dashboard, but I'm not bothered anymore. I'm not bothered by anything, but yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like they were getting rid of a lot of stuff on there, and they were like, you can't run this, this, and this. It's not about that. I was like, yeah, make me even more upset. See how well that goes. But yeah. No, I refused to update a lot of my stuff for such a long time. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm waiting to see what everyone else says about it because they had such a big thing to say about 10 when 10 came out. And no one wanted 10. Yeah, I think this one's just about had it. I was thinking the other day, like, even if my main problem with this one is I'm running out of storage, but I put a terabyte in it. I added a terabyte to it, so I don't know what it's complaining about now, but it's just eventually, like I could tell, as long as I'm not playing any super heavy intensive games, it could probably run pretty much just about anything and stream it. That was the problem with my computer that I built, my desktop that I built, 2015, 2016. It was very budget friendly, and it had some decent parts in it, I will say. But it was very budget friendly. I put it together myself. There was very minimal room for upgrade because I think the motherboard I had you couldn't upgrade hardly anything on it because it was budget friendly. And it was just like I could run a lot of games somewhat decently, but I couldn't stream on it. That was the problem. And that's the only reason I got it, was so I could stream on it. And it was just it sucked. Yes. Well, that's what a lot of people I've heard had happened to them. They ran it on they tried it on 10 and it like destroyed everything, and they did roll it back to they rolled it back to 7 or wherever it originally came from. Yeah, once I got the clear from people, and they're like, "Yay, you gotta update it." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I think when I got this computer, I think it came with 10. I was like, "Sure, whatever." It's coming with 10. I would like to trust that 10's actually gonna work on this pre-built. And I was like, it's a pre-built, so I was like, they're telling me 10's gonna work. I would like to think 10's gonna work. So if I built it myself and I had a choice, I probably would take 7 or 8 back, I guess. Yeah, it's a little better. Well, oh, okay. So my neighbor was running water or something, and I just it sounded like a rattlesnake in my apartment. Anyway, yeah, I mean, take it from me, the person who still has an iPhone 6. Like, what are they on, like 14, 15, 16 now? 18, something like that. I don't feel the need to update everything. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm typically like a very tech savvy kind of person, and I like my technology or whatever, but like, maybe I'm just not like super impressed. I don't know. I want more yay in it. More. That's better. Less saturation. And it's sad, like a lot of my computer skills that I learned like in high school and even like in college now are like completely useless. Well, exactly. And they'll update the tiniest stuff, which is ridiculous. Like they're not updating any like base programs or base like um tools or however you want to put that. Like it's all just extra junk and garbage. Like my computer, last week, my computer updated. It forced me to update it like 3 times throughout the week. I was like, are you kidding me? Why? Absolutely, like, no good reason. And it's really just like stupid things like, oh, we just wanted to change your ability to change your background on your desktop. But yeah, like a lot of the stuff I learned in high school and college, it's completely obsolete now. And that's like horrible. It's like, well, I was kind of hoping maybe I could use that stuff a little longer. Like, it's like, oh, no? Oh, okay. I know you can't really tell, but nice. Yeah, but, yeah, you can kind of tell. Yeah, it'll probably be better. Jeez, I have to go on my reference? Ooh, wow. Yeah, like, I mean, if they're gonna update stuff, they need to do it, like, for a reasonable reason. Like, you can't just can't just be like, well, we're gonna change the color of this thing, so let's force an update. I mean, you guys have probably seen my background. Do you know I actually... Oh, geez, now it's in the way of everything. Do you know I actually, looked this up the other day? Because I've had this background, and it's just standard background or whatever that comes with, I don't know, probably Windows 10 or something. But I looked it up the other day because I was like, what color is this? So it's a Pantone thing or whatever, and it was Pantone color of the year in 2022. I have never updated my background on this computer, or at least since I've updated it, which I don't know how long ago that was, but like, oh boy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Scared myself there for a minute. I've never really updated it. And I haven't changed the background. Now on my my stupid high school gave me as a reward for perfect attendance for all 4 years. And don't think I was ever healthy for 4 years. I just showed up. It was the one thing I was like, ooh, maybe I'll get an award for showing up. And that's the only thing I got out of the stupid high school. But as a reward, they were giving out PlayStation, or no, they're giving out a flat screen TV, and they were giving out an Xbox 360, and they were giving out a Chromebook. And I was the idiot that won the stupid Chromebook. And I was like, now at the time, I was very much a very big into writing and stuff. So I gladly took the Chromebook. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take this stupid Chromebook, because I was like, man, this is gonna be so cool. It's gonna be my first. Well, I had a laptop before that, but I kept breaking it, so no one wanted to keep paying to get that fixed. But it was a Toshiba. It was really nice. But they gave me the stupid Chromebook, and I was like, yeah, I'll have my own laptop again. Do you know you can't download anything on a Chromebook? Absolutely nothing. Don't even think about opening up any website that has Flash in it. Absolutely nothing. Don't even think about it. The only thing I could use that thing for was to surf the web. That was it. I struggled so bad to try and like use it to upload photos and stuff to Etsy and things like that. So thankfully I was really getting into writing at the time, and I took that thing everywhere with me, and all I did was writing on it. I used it entirely for writing, because that was the only thing it was good for. Yep. Yeah. I can't say it worked great for my college, because my college was a bunch of programs and a bunch of software. So, well, okay, it did the website. Like, there was one big program we used in computer class. It was Vector or something or whatever. VCTR. It was like a vector program, a free online vector program. It would run that. And that was about it. Do you know I still, so let's see, that was 8 years ago. 8 years ago I got that stupid Chromebook. Do you know it's still alive to this day, and it still runs perfectly to this day? Yeah, well, that's the thing. I used it for a lot of note-taking in college and stuff. So it worked out for that, if I wanted to do that. And like I said, I did a lot of writing, so it worked out for writing. But otherwise, the thing was a complete, like, waste of space. I would have rather had the Xbox or the flat screen or something. But no, it ended up working out. It worked out, and I still have it. And I've been considering getting a laptop, but I still have that thing around. So, I mean, if that thing's going to work, and I do a lot of writing on it still. That's pretty much only what I use it for, if I want to be comfortable and write. Because the keyboard on it was really nice. I'll give it that. The keyboard was really nice on it. It was very satisfying to type. Didn't have many else redeeming qualities. I couldn't even play Minecraft on it. I just wanted to play Minecraft. Like, yeah. That was the thing. It obsoleted itself very quickly. That's like my dad was looking into getting one. I was like, don't even bother with a Chromebook. I was like, if the only thing you could really do on a Chromebook anymore is like search the web, and I don't know if they still do, but they had apps. Like they had apps, they had their own games and stuff like that, but they were just junk. Sorry. Yes, exactly. For the cheap price that, or for the budget friendly option for somebody who wants something to like take notes in class or surf the web for, specifically in college, yeah, it's worth it. I can tell you that much. But if you're like me and you wanted to get into a lot of heavy software stuff, if you wanted to do, I tried hooking up my graphic tablet to it too. It wouldn't run the software for the graphic tablet. And that was one of those dinky little Intuos things. The baby Intuos. And it wouldn't run that and stuff. So for somebody like me who wanted to do a lot more with a computer, who came from having a really nice Toshiba laptop and a pre-built or a personally built, that I built desktop, going into a Chromebook, nah. it was a whole lot of nah. But I really like that thing. I took that in high school. I took that thing into libraries, and I just sat down and I did a lot of writing. So like I said, I'll give it credit for that. That's about it. There was actually a typewriter app that I absolutely loved on that thing, or it was a website, technically. It was a really great one. I did a lot of my writing on Wattpad, and the typewriter app was called Big Huge Labs, writer.bighugelabs or something like that. And that was really cool because it sounded like a real typewriter. And it was like one of those distraction-free things. Like on Wattpad, I had a lot going on Wattpad, but the typewriter thing was awesome. I used a lot of Google Docs too, but I can't use Google Docs anymore because my cloud storage or whatever is filled. So I used everything else instead, pretty much. Because I was like, I'll use Google Docs because that's a little more official if I want to do more official writing. And I did at some point. All my cloud storage filled up or whatever. It won't let me add any more documents. Oh, hello. I can't. That color is so hard to see for me. It's like this horrible blue. It's pretty, but it's so rough. Hello, Rob. That's what it says. It says Rob. Hello, Rob. Welcome. It's like this neon blue, and I'm already partially blind as it is. Welcome. Oh, man. I think I'm going to, like, render everything in the middle and work my way out, because I don't know what I want to keep in the background yet, so. Anyway. It's Krita, question mark? Isn't Krita a drawing app? This is Clip Studio, if that's the question. I should hide a squirrel face in here? Should I be putting him up here in the top left corner? There's a blank space up here. I do believe I have photographs of squirrels somewhere. Okay. Maybe I'll put a squirrel in the background. I could? Okay. Now that I've been giving permission. Oh, actually, I think I used to use Krita a long, long time ago. We were just talking about this, Rob. I actually really love Clip Studio. I'm not sponsored. I love Clip Studio. Procreate and Clip Studio is what I'm going to feed to the general audience for recommendations. I haven't used Krita in a long time though. I don't know if it's changed at all or I originally got Clip Studio because I wanted to do like comic books. Like I wanted to work on like comic books and stuff like that, but I'm not there yet. Let's put it that way. And Clip Studio has like amazing like options for especially if you're into like comic books and doing comic book page layouts and stuff like that. They have really great, I don't have a lot of brushes downloaded. They have a lot of awesome brush downloaded packs. Actually don't know. Did any of that stuff get transferred over? I think I updated Clip Studio. Where? And that's why I still have trouble finding stuff. Okay, well that's on another screen entirely. Yeah, okay, no, it's not that. I think I'm missing stuff here, that's why. Now I'm curious, because we're going to use it in a second. Or are they in here? There's a way. There's a way. I can open up my brushes. I fully believe that I will find it. I just have to... That's not going to make a difference. What are people doing out there? Anyway. Is that a thing? Get over here. Come on. Aha. See, I do have one in here. I had a bunch more, but you can like download them and stuff. They have a great interface. I haven't looked at it in a while, but I haven't tried it. Was this compared to my G Pen? Yeah, I don't know why I had that on there. I think when I was working with the dogs a lot, I tried to get a fur pen to crank up the style, but... And this is the wrong G Pen. There's two of them in here. Open that up again. Yeah, see? I prefer that G Pen. To be completely honest too, this is also the only software I'm familiar with. I haven't done any research. I also have a license in here. I haven't done any research into any other softwares recently. Like I said, I haven't used Krita in a long time. And when I did use it probably wasn't for very long. I'm very picky about my software. Is that a leggy? Oh, do we have a leggy up here that I didn't see? What even? That has to be a leggy. Did I get him with his little leggy up in the air? Oh man, I have to figure out how to draw that. Alright, well, Gotta pause and put his leggy up there. Did I put his head in there and it's not even a head? Nice. Okay, so that's down there. So there's literally nothing. Oh, jeez. What did I do to this poor guy? Like I said in the past, might as well edit it now before it becomes a bigger issue. I don't like how thick. That bit, he is very strange. I mean, can confirm he is a bee, but I mean, here is like wingies. These are like his yellow parts. I don't think you could actually see his head. I don't know why I put his head in there. That has to be a leggy. I'm gonna make it a leggy because he doesn't have a head up here, so. It'll be fine. If you darken this up enough in here, no one's gonna notice later. No one's gonna notice. Who's gonna know? Now he looks even worse. What did I do to him? Now he's really missing a head. Now he looks really messed up. This ain't good. We're gonna have to put his mane in here. That's his problem. We're missing his mane. So, you know, I wanted to start adding the second layer with the bee. Because I was like, man, I'll put him in there and that's gonna look good. Nah, man, nah. The bee is going to be one of those things we start a little bit on, and then we come back to, and then we start a little bit more on, and we come back to. Because he's like, he looks so weird, first off. The problem is, I have a bad reference picture, which... Yeah, it looks like he's like diving. And I would be the one that made this reference picture, so I'm allowed to say it's a horrible reference picture. Oh man, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. I'm gonna put in... Ew, why did it come out green? So this is why you don't always do the dropper tool on the reference. Ew, why is he coming out green? That might be too bright. Might be too bright? Tone it down. Tone it down a touch. Oh, now he's gonna be the same color as the flower. You know what? Whatever. Okay, so, nope. It's too much. Too much fluff. Jeez. You know what? We may have to say... Oh, and see, I put flower stuff up here thinking that was flower, and that's his tuft. Oh, man, I'm so embarrassed now. Because this is a gross yellow, but we'll fix it eventually. You know, keep watching. I'm gonna get this whole drawing done, and it's gonna be completely rendered, and then there's just gonna be this bee here, because I can't even, like, I may need to take matters into my own hands later, and I may very well just have to make something up for the demon bee. I would say I would take him out of the thing entirely, but I just can't do that. It's all part of the picture. It's all part of the picture. This is what made this photograph so unique. Is that I got a bumblebee's butt in the picture. He a bumblebee? Yeah, he's a bumblebee. Maybe. Yeah. Nah, he looks like a carpenter bee from this angle. Anyway, whatever. You know what? Now that we've done stuff with the bee, I'm gonna work. Just gonna work on the flower. I'm gonna give up and I'm gonna work on the flower. This is rough. I don't know why I thought this was gonna be a good render. Yeah. We may work a little bit on this and then do another one and then come back to this again. This might have to be one of those ones that as I develop more skill I come back to. I just wanted to do one of my own photographs, like go over one of my own photographs. I don't know why I picked the hardest one. Because I did indeed pick the hardest one. I couldn't have just done a simple flower. We'll do a simple flower next. You know, this is going to tie my red bubble together very well. Which I have put some of my photographs up on Redbubble. In fact, I have added some photography to it, which makes Smug Mug even more useless. But I added some stuff on there, so it would be nice to do some like some art surrounding the photographs, so like some stickers or something. So I could I don't know why I'm yawning. It's not that late. So then I could do like, oh, here's the photograph of this, but then here's also the drawing of this. And then here's also some specially made stickers of this. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Nice. We could do that. That would be fine. Been a long weekend. Okay. Just gonna slowly build this up. Color-wise, maybe. Whoa. Oh, hey. Oh, okay. It goes everywhere but pen. Nice. The last time I moved stuff around and rearranged stuff on, like, this tablet and this app, and I had to set up my hotkeys, I got a little angry trying to figure out how to set up some hotkeys. So I stopped at the bare minimum and moved on from there. Which would be why I don't have all my hotkeys set up. Got a little toasty over the hotkeys. So because I'm left-handed, my drawing tablet, and I could have bought my drawing tablet in a left-handed version, I think, pretty sure they had that option, but I didn't care. All the buttons are on the left side traditionally, so if you're right-handed, you can right hand draw, left hand push buttons for hotkeys. But I'm left-handed. So I would have had to have drawn push buttons with left hand and draw and push buttons with left hand. And that's very useless because this hand would have been flapping in the wind. So I had to go into, like, my system settings for my computer and my system settings for the graphic tablet itself and flip the orientation. So I actually literally just took my massive tablet here and flipped it. So my keys are now on my right side, so my right hand could be doing something. But I had to, because I did that, a lot of the buttons are on, I'm very picky about my hotkey buttons. So the buttons are on, like, the top on one side would be on the bottom when you flip it to the other side. So when I did that a long time ago, I was going somewhere with that. They got all messed up. And I never really got a chance to fix them properly. I fixed most of them. And then it had an update. And then something happened where, like, I don't know, I had to reinstall my tablet driver or something of that nature. And they all got messed up again. Ow. The close-up? Of the reference? Or of my drawing? the drawing, it looks surreal. Is it because it's all pixelated? I mean, it looks pretty spooky. Like, cause that looks like a horror scene right there. Looks like I'm drawing something out of a horror scene. I don't like how these colors blend. Eh. See, this is something I'm going to want a good blend on. There's a lot of colors going into this thing. I want a better gradient for this. Eh. A giant mouth? I can see it. I can see it. It's very spooky. It's very spoopy. Spoopy with a P, as the kids would say. Spoopy. Oh, man. I got a nicer chair, and my butt still hurts. Wow. So much for that budget-friendly chair. Thanks, Amazon. It's a good thing I don't do this super often, right? This is gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird. Oh man. See, now I would be getting really crazy if I changed the opacity of it. Hey, that'd be a technique. That'd be a new technique we could add in here. There is no opacity on here though. It's not here. No, oh, it's up here, that's right. Watch me change this now and then have a serious problem with it later. Aha, that's the technique we're looking for right there. Put some opacity on it. Ooh, the weekend. All right. I could layer this? Wow, that's crazy. This could be wild. Wild advances. Anyway, yes, the weekend's good. I haven't listened to a lot of his stuff recently. He's usually pretty good. I hate drawing glasses. We had to do a self-portrait. I've only recently started wearing contacts in the past couple of months. So when I was a kid going through art school, everyone wants you to draw a self-portrait. And I had glasses. So I had to constantly draw my glasses. I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. Don't recommend drawing glasses to anyone. It's kind of like hands. Absolutely horrible. Don't like it at all. I mean, it's cool if you could do it. It's cool. I definitely was not very good at it. Hands I could do pretty decently, but that's because I could stare at my own hand and do it. But yes, and that was my thing with eyes. When I used to do portraits, long time ago, I used to be decent at doing portraits. I used to do people in portraits and stuff. Eyes in general, anything symmetrical, because typically the human face, most human faces are actually not symmetrical, but glasses are symmetrical. So it's like you can get away with like making the chin a little bigger over here, maybe a little bit, or like making one side of the nose a little bit big, because like normal, or I say normal, the average human face is not 100% symmetrical. But glasses are one of those things that are, because they're man-made. So, yeah, no, getting them straight, absolutely not. Because even if you do the face true to the face underneath, and the face isn't 100% symmetrical, then yeah. It's, yeah. Yeah. It's not easy. It is not easy. There you go. This is starting to hurt my brain. And so we're going to move over here for a second because it's starting to hurt my brain. How I'm going to do this. Ugh. Ew. Somebody's smoking outside, far away. Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice feature to add to the face, but it is difficult. Oh my god, it stings. It absolutely stings. Now it's just something outside. Something outside smells. Nice. Okay. Go back to... Yeah, but it's not as bright as I want it to be. Oh, wow. It's getting to the point where my brain can't process things anymore. This is good. This is good. This is how I know it's almost time to go to bed. Because it's hard for me to look at this. Maybe next time we'll do something different, just because this thing is so wild. All the colors, weird shapes. I'm gonna do another flower. I'm gonna find another easier... I know which one I'm gonna do. It's gonna be hopefully a little bit easier to work on. And I'll do another, I'll do another flower, but it'll be one of the easier flowers. I thought it was, I thought it was somebody smoking. And now I think it's just somebody burning something. I can't tell. Usually my neighbors, I share a backyard with like 20 million people in this town. And, some of my neighbors like to sit out by the fire pit on Sunday nights. Yes. It could, yes, they probably sacrificed somebody. You are correct. That's the only solution to what I'm smelling right now, is they sacrifice somebody. It's their weekly Sunday night sacrifice. Jeez. Like, literally the only solution is they're just burning people alive out there. I can't close the windows because I don't have AC. So, otherwise I would close the windows, but geez. Okay. Alright, well I did get more done on it, and we've been going for like almost 2.5 hours. So yeah, I did get more done on it. Give it that credit. This is like coming along. Is probably the best part out of this. Alright. This is a big project. I might have lost my marbles somewhere. I'm gonna try and bring one up. Is that the quick thingy to do that? And what it's an easy flower out of here. I know I said I had an easier flower we could be doing. Okay, we're not going to talk about how it's labeled as a black-eyed Susan. Don't ask me why I thought this was more of a manageable project, but we're not going to talk about how it's a black-eyed Susan. It's labeled as a black-eyed Susan. It's not a black-eyed Susan. So for somebody who does a lot of photography for plants and animals, I have absolutely no idea what anything I photograph is. We're just going to make that clear right now. This is actually, I had to look it up because I put it on Redbubble, put this picture on Redbubble. It's, Jeez, I'm not like messing up my... So I looked it up because I had one labeled a cosmos, one labeled I have the picture. I have 3 pictures of the same thing. I had one labeled a cosmos, one labeled a black-eyed Susan, and one labeled echinacea. It is indeed echinacea. And the only reason I actually bothered to look it up is because I was putting it on Redbubble, and I was like, I don't want people to get mad at me because I don't know what I'm talking about. So So I looked it up to please the people. That's probably what I'll be working on next time. But we're not going to talk about my inability to, to know what flowers. This is actually an azalea. Don't ask me how I know that. This is an azalea. This picture of a bee butt. That I know. So. Okay. I lost my brain. Why is it? What? We talked about this. Save it in clip. Yeah. There you go. Don't be difficult. Okay. Anyway. I said it wasn't going to be a very long stream because I'm like, this weekend was rough. Well, but let me think while I'm here. Let me think when I'm streaming next. I feel like I got a lot done and nothing done at once. We'll see how tomorrow night goes, actually. Because I'm not working tomorrow night, or I'm not supposed to be. We'll see how tomorrow night goes. Could be, if not tomorrow night, Wednesday night. And so is that 1, 2, 3 sleeps? In 3 sleeps, I might be back. And then I'm supposed to have a game Friday night. I don't know if I'm going. Don't tell anyone. So I might be streaming that night. And probably Sunday again. Saturday I'll be busy. Yeah. So probably Wednesday. Most likely Wednesday. Might be a little late because I have plans. But probably start Wednesday. So maybe this is good. Maybe I can get my stream schedule back under control that I never had. You're usually around. It'll be nice to see you, Possum. I'm usually around too. I'm just so busy. Just so busy. It's crazy. I appreciate you keeping me company, though. I really appreciate it. Yep. Even though people are burning outside right now. I don't know what they're doing out there. They actually don't have their usual fire going, so I'm kind of concerned about them. Sometimes they'll do a fire Wednesday night, so maybe they'll do a fire for us Wednesday night. It was a sacrifice because there's nothing out there anymore. They have a lot of fairy lights in their backyard. I'm kind of jealous. But no fire, which is strange. So they probably already burned the body. Just saying. So, alright. I will say good night to whoever joined me. It's probably only you, Possum, but that's okay. Weird cult or something. You know, okay. So, we joke about this, but where I live, it's more likely than you think. Like, people are strange out here. People are strange. So, yes. That's probably exactly what's going on. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Yeah, so that's probably exactly what's going on. I'm putting my footrest away. Okay. Anyway. I will see you guys. Whoever I'll see. Hopefully Wednesday. Yes. Pretty much. That's actually pretty accurate for where I live. That's more than possible. That's why I'm tired. I had a long weekend. All right. Goodbye. Good night. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. I'll do the Queen's wave. Goodbye.